Hey everyone. With this pandemic going on, a lot of us around the world are finding ourselves stuck at home. We're finally getting around to do those things that we just didn't have time to do before. We're getting to those chores, we're spending time with family, and we're getting to know them in new ways, and we're finally taking time to rest. In this season, it reminds me of a quote I heard a few weeks ago by Wayne Muller. He says, "If we do not allow for a rhythm of rest in our overly busy lives, illness becomes our Sabbath. Our pneumonia, our cancer, our heart attack, our accidents create Sabbath for us." And I would add that the coronavirus is adding a much needed Sabbath for a lot of us. Sabbath keeping is something that is hard to put into practice. We're so consumed with doing work, especially ministers. In fact, ministers may be the worst at keeping a Sabbath. We spend so much time speaking life into people's lives or doing life with people that we just don't take the time to rest and enjoy life. So I wanted to take the opportunity to share a little bit about what God has been teaching me over the past few years about the beauty and the importance of keeping a Sabbath. In the first part of the series, I want to talk about something that we all have in common: breathing. Breathing all starts with God, and in fact, the word that is often used in the Old Testament, Yahweh, mimics breath or breathing. As we breathe in, and breathe out, we actually speak the word God in the Old Testament sense. This identity of God represents life. Without Yahweh, there is no life, just as without breathing, there is no life. In Job 33:4 it says, "For the Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life." The creation account exemplifies life, but also gives us an example of how to breathe life. For 6 days, he breathes life out into the world, into creation. And on the seventh day, he rests, taking in the blessings and the fruit of creation. For 5 days, he creates the world and everything in it. And on the sixth day, we have this example in Genesis 2:7 that says, "Then the Lord God formed man of the dust from the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being." Humans came to life literally by the breath of God. And on the seventh day, he set aside a day unlike any other, a day to rest. In Genesis 2:2-3, we see that by the seventh day, God completed his work which he had done, and he rested, or Sabbath, on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested, or Sabbath, from all his work which God had created and made. I love the Exodus account of creation, which says, "It is a sign between me and the sons of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord, or Yahweh, made heaven and earth. But on the seventh day he ceased from labor," or Sabbath, "and was refreshed," or the word nafash. The word nafash means to breathe, take a breath, to be breathed upon, refreshed as if by a current of air. In a sense, the Sabbath is a day where we are breathed upon by God, and we receive or take in this breath of life. So the Sabbath is a day where we stop doing labor or laborious activities. We spend time taking in life. It's a day to appreciate what God has given us. It's a day to take time doing activities and being with people that refresh us or bring life to us. In being made in the image of God, we need to emulate the breath of life. To not only breathe out work 6 days a week, but to take a seventh day to rest. Mark 2:27 says, "Jesus said to them, 'The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath.'" Or as the New Living Translation says, The Sabbath was made to meet the needs of the people, not people to meet the requirements of Sabbath. Sabbath was never meant to be a rule that we need to follow, but a day to be appreciated. In fact, it should be the highlight of your week. But for many of us ministers, it's become a day of labor. So I want to challenge you. What are the things in your life that bring life? What are the things or the people that bring refreshment to you? During this season, when we are stuck at our homes, spend time with your family, getting to know them. Do the things that bring refreshment to you. Worship together as a family. And when all of this is over, go out and enjoy a feast. Play sports with your friends. Play a game with your children. And just enjoy the day.